Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Here we go, friends. Welcome to the Hy-Vee Today show. This is Tony Tone on September 11th, Wednesday, middle of the week. And, of course, on this day, you always think about where you were 18 years ago at this point. Isn't that unbelievable, right? So 18 years ago, I was a senior in high school at Oak Park River Forest High School. We had a double period assembly, and I was in the auditorium at Oak Park River Forest High School and waiting for this assembly to start. And one of my friends was late, and I think I told this story last year, and I've told it a lot. But he was late, and he's kind of a goofball anyways, and he started to, make his way. You know when you're, sitting in an auditorium, and you're not going to stand to let somebody through, and they essentially end up just climbing over you. Anyways, our buddy Marco ended up doing that, and as he sat down, he was like, something happened in New York, and we were like, whatever. And he was like, no, something happened. So nobody really paid attention to what he had to say, because, again, he was kind of a goofball anyways. And then after that assembly, I had this peer mentoring. It wasn't really a class, but I was a senior, and you would help out freshmen, right? So I walked into that room, and it was just quiet. And usually that was a very loud space in the high school because there's a group of freshmen and seniors, and there was a TV on one of those old school AV carts, right, where it had the TV and it was strapped on, and then a VCR, and they had the news on, and it was, of course, showing what was happening in New York on September 11th, 2001. So that was kind of a surreal experience, and even to this day, when I look at pictures or video, it just seems like that picture right there, right? That doesn't, obviously it was real and it really happened, but when you see something like that, you just think, oh, that's got to be a disaster movie. That's CGI effects. Surely that type of stuff doesn't happen here, but it did. And it's wild to think about it. Oh, so that's a picture from 18 years ago and today. So you can kind of see the background. And wow, that's powerful, isn't it? Yeah, so when I see that stuff, it makes me think about where I was in my life. And I remember getting out of school early. Nobody really knew what was going on. My dad was a Chicago police officer at the time, and there were threats for, against the Sears Tower. So everybody was sort of in a panic, and yeah, it was a weird couple of days, couple of years, right? So, and then you think about it 18 years later, and it's just wild, right, to reflect on that and all the lives that were lost. Yeah, and I know that memorial, I haven't seen it in New York, but I know it's pretty powerful. A lot of people from the Muscatine area have gone out there and checked that out. One of the things that we'll be doing here at the store is the folks with Chapel of Praise, I believe that's the name of the church. They have fed the Muscatine firefighters and police department. I don't know if it's been 18 years, but they have taken care of those guys and girls for a long time. And Hy-Vee plays a really small role in that, delivering some chicken to the fire department and the police department. So I'll do that around 11:30. Was able to do it last year for the first time, and it was pretty cool to see that group coming together. A bunch of home-cooked food, and the police department and the fire department really appreciate that. Plus, it's always nice to just walk into the front door of the police department, right, and not be brought in the side door. Not that I ever have in my life, but it's always nice to be welcomed in and not come in with free bracelets on. So we'll be downtown around 11:30 with the Chapel of Praise Church for that. And we've definitely got some flags. I didn't even know. Steve said that Hy-Vee store director Matt Schweitzer found this. We've got a really big flag, and I don't know if Steve Graham, my coworker, is going to put it up, but it's one of those really big ones that kind of hang from the ceiling. So, yeah, we'll have to see if that happens. All right, let's get to our guests that are patiently waiting. Anna Mason Garb was here making her first appearance a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago at this point or so. And Kim Dayton is here for the first time. They're both with Unity Point Health, and we have a lot to talk about with the upcoming Unity Point Health Community Health Fair. It's good to see you.
Yeah,
Anna,
absolutely.
welcome back. Kim,
Thanks.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
This is awesome, right? Kim's like, I've never been on a talk show in a grocery store before. Have you ever been on a talk show in your life?
No.
So imagine Kim will tell her family years from now that she was in a restaurant bar setting in a grocery store in Muscatine. All right, so we are just a couple weeks away, October 5th.
Absolutely, yes.
At 9 a.m. And it's important to know, if you're watching the health fair, because maybe you've gone over the years. And as I said the last time that Anna was here, it's really gone from different locations. A couple of years it was at Calvary Church, then it went to the Muscatine Mall, And this is the second year that it's at the hospital. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah, second year at Unity Point Health. All right, so what is going to be going on, whoever wants to answer, between 9 a.m. and noon with respects to the health fair on October 5th?
Yeah, so we're going to have multiple vendors from not only our community, but also from Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine.
Perfect.
That will be there. So we're going to have events for everyone in the family, whether that's children or senior citizens. So we'll have the YMCA there.
Nice.
We'll have Musser Public Library there. And we'll also have Rebuilding Together Muscatine County, Sunnybrook, various events.
That's great.
Yeah, and they'll be talking about kind of what they do, giving that to those who come out to our event. And then also they'll be having Bita baskets that you can take home.
I like this a lot. Kim, the history of this event, I don't know. I mean, I've been in town for 7 years, but I feel like it's been going on longer than that. Is it safe to say?
Yes.
Like, is it 10 years or more?
I think so. And it started off, you know, at various places.
Sure.
And now really this year we're coming together as a hospital and clinic, and we're going to do it right in the clinic.
Sure.
So it should be a lot of fun for everyone.
I was going to say, you have a great setup to host events like this. Parking is no issue, right? So for folks that are watching, you just need to show up and bring the family, because what Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine are able to do, you're really able to take care of the whole being, right? I mean, you have services for everybody, from, you know, someone like me who's had 3 kids born in town, to whatever you need. You can see right there the different services on the website. That's good timing. Thank you, Chad. So Express Care is fantastic. Out on 61 at Northport, we love that. The Sleep Center, cardiac rehabilitation. Will all of these folks can be represented at the health fair? Anna,
Most of these folks will be at the health fair, so you'll see a range of people from OB to peds to cardiac rehab. So you'll see a lot of our team members there, and a lot of people from our clinics and from public health, as well as the main hospital.
So Kim, you and I both, because this is Anna's first rodeo, I think, right?
It is.
First community health fair. I mean, I remember being at the mall a couple years ago, and Kim, it was absolutely packed. And the thing that, like, even when it was during, because it used to be during the week, and the comment was always, imagine how many people you could get on the weekend. So making that move, I know, was something that was a long time in the making. But just, I mean, talk about your experience, because this is really something that people look forward to and come out to in big numbers each and every time, regardless of the location. Now it's on a Saturday, so you really don't have an excuse, but we know it's going to be busy.
Yes. So 2 years ago, we hosted one in the clinic, and it was very successful, and kind of that's what we fed off of. At that point, we really were focusing on women and children, but this year we've really expanded to just hit all of those age groups. And so we're pretty excited to see what's going to happen and who turns out.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's awesome. The outside vendors make total sense, and when we were kind of going through the list, I was thinking, well, I know most of those organizations and individuals that are associated with it. It's good to have them there. Rebuilding Together Muscatine County, I mean, literally works to keep people in their homes as safe as they can be. And then for folks that need to, you know, we're also sitting here, it's National Assisted Living Week, so it makes sense to have a Sunnybrook at the health fair on October 5th, because they're also there later in life if we need even more help, right? I mean, that's what they're doing. So this is great, and something for everybody. And, you know, it's important because, and I'm not sitting here selfishly, but it's a Saturday, October 5th. I don't have anything going on. My September is crazy busy. I'm almost anticipating October getting here. So I could bring my 3 kids and they would be entertained. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. And you would be entertained as well.
Oh,
So
well, I'm
that's the
easily
fun
entertained.
stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
What can I just let my kids loose in the hospital? Is that what you're saying will happen?
We don't condone that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
But your kids
If
can
you
bring a
do
teddy
it-
bear.
They can bring a teddy bear?
Yes, for the Peds Teddy Bear Clinic.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay.
Yes.
And then you said something about like baskets. Are you like raffling stuff off, or how's that going to work?
So we're having baskets. All of our vendors are bringing a basket. I know, for instance, the pain clinic is bringing a yoga basket.
Oh,
so
that's
if
cool.
you're really into that, you can come bid on that and take it home with you.
Oh, I do. Oh, so it's a silent auction.
It is.
Oh, I love a good silent
It
auction.
is.
I had one. I was at a car show this past Sunday, and I ended up taking home 2 different things. So I like bidding on things, and I'll be there on October 5th. So just know that if you're not watching your bids, you should. 9 to noon. That time is early, and I feel like that's a perfect window of time. It's not later in the day. We know that people have different things going on Saturdays. I don't know what time the Hawkeyes are playing that day, but they never start at 9 a.m.
It's an evening game.
Yes, good plan. Listen, we have to. If you're watching this show outside of Iowa, you have to understand that people will literally schedule things around the Iowa Hawkeyes. It's true, right?
No, that's so true.
Yes.
So it's a night game, so you don't even have to worry about that interfering with your ability to come to the Unity Point Health Community Health Fair on October 5th. I think it's going to be a good time, and again, it continues to just grow, and so do the services. Kim, you said this has been going on maybe 10 years or so. If we just look back in the last 10 years, the amount of things that Unity Point Health has done to invest in the community and the improvements that have been made at the hospital, and then obviously with the addition of Northport within the last 5 or 6 years, that's a really good sign, right? Unity Point Health is at a good place, and the goal, again, is for everybody watching to know that for quality healthcare, you don't have to travel out of town. And Kim, you've probably had that conversation with people.
Yes, numerous times.
Yeah, you can stay in your own backyard, and it's really nice. And Anna, for you as the newest member of the team, you have to be so impressed with. And I know that you have a sense. You had a sense for what happens, but when you're there day to day, it's different.
It is.
Right?
It's very different, but it's been very humbling work.
Sure.
I love being able to work in a community that I grew up in and getting to know more about this community on a business level and an adult level, really.
Right. Yeah.
So that's been really exciting. I get to work with a lot of nonprofits in the community. So it's really been a surreal first couple of months, but I'm really excited to keep diving into it.
I was going to say, you really jump in with both feet and then have to get your arms around this health fair, which is awesome. On Facebook, a couple of comments I want to read. Shannon McDowell Stockfleet says that Kim lady is cute with a smiley face. So hello to you, Shannon. And then Sunnybrook commented, we're excited to be a part of this event. And that leads me to my question. Is there still time at this point? We're sitting here September 11th. If there's different organizations that wanted to maybe have a space, do you have room? Or are you at capacity? I don't know.
Yes, so we do have a little bit of room for available spots. So if you are interested, you can get that information to me. And my email is anna.masongarb@unitypoint.org. So I can give that information to Tony, and Tony can relay that for you.
Why do I have to relay it? You just did it. What do you mean?
My last name's difficult. So
it's not that hard. It's on the screen. We know how to spell it. Mason
there we
Garb.
go.
Masengarb.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Whew. Making me nervous. Like, I've known you long enough. I know how to spell your name. And listen, folks at home, if you're seeing this and you're an organization, it's great that Sunnybrook is there. I love that. And I would encourage other organizations that are helping in the health scope. Because when you talk about health, it really encompasses a lot of things, right?
Absolutely.
It's not just going to the doctor. Just yesterday I was walking into the store and I came in the entrance at the same time as Dr. Doug Dawson, who's one of my favorite people ever, right? He's an ENT. He's the vice president for Unity Point Health. He's a super sharp guy. And that's just another example, right? Ear, nose, and throat. Maybe you've never gone to an ENT, but somebody like me, I've had 3 kids that Doug has put, Dr. Dawson, Doug, we're pals, Doc, DD, I call him sometimes. He's put tubes in all 3 of my kids' ears, right? So I have a lot of experience talking with Dr. Dawson and his staff, and they're fantastic. And again, just look at that on the screen right there, y'all. I mean, taking care of you, right? Because I know that, again, for me, I don't want to have to go out of town for healthcare stuff. It just doesn't make sense for my family. It's so much more convenient when it's a 5 or 10 minute drive, depending on where you're at, right? Maybe if you're further out in Muscatine County, I understand. If you're in Wilton or West Liberty, it might be a little bit of a further drive. But if you're in Muscatine, certainly it's really convenient. I mean, I've talked about making it to the hospital in just a couple of minutes, and Northport is just fantastic. Okay, so limited space though, if folks are interested in being there.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
So our vendors are filling up quickly.
Good. Okay. And then as far as the layout, are we? So I'm very familiar with the hospital, but Kim said clinic. Mm-hmm. So are we in the hospital entryway? Like, where are we going to be set up exactly? So we can.
So actually, when you walk in the clinic doors, all of those chairs will be removed out of there, and we'll have tables placed in there.
All right, Chad. I wonder if we can go to like a Google map or something, and just really walk people through this. So right off of Mulberry, right?
Right.
I don't know what the address is for the hospital.
1518 Mulberry Avenue.
They should know it. They work there. 1518 Mulberry. Thank you. So again, parking available, starts at 9 a.m. You're going to walk right in. And what I was going to say is, over the years, I know that there's been different things that have happened in that entryway space at the hospital, from like book fairs to, I don't know. One time I was there was like a jewelry sale going on. So I spent a lot of time at the hospital is what I'm saying. So for the health fair, though, it's good to know that that space exists, and you just have to show up and take in all the information. Maybe you can even leave with an iSmile pop socket. Look at that. Ooh. Or a toothbrush. It's a little old, I know.
We should get you a new one.
I know. I think Ricky gave me a new one, but I don't know where I put it. So, Ricky, I'm due for a pop socket if you're out there. But right, I mean, it's just nice to get people into your building, and I think that's what made the most sense, bringing it back to the hospital, to the clinic, is you want them to know where they're going to go, right? The event had grown and it had to go to bigger locations like the mall, but to be able to bring people to you is what it's all about, because you want them to understand that you're talking to someone that is on site working, and if you need them, they're there for you. And sometimes it can be nice to have conversations with people in the setting of a health fair, where it's a little less, I don't want to say threatening because that's not the right word, but intimidating. Thank you. Intimidating, threatening, not the same. You understand. So at this point, we're less than a month away. Are you feeling ready?
Yeah, we're getting really ready. We have a lot of health fair committee meetings, so that's been really great.
Yeah.
Pulling on people from the hospital to bring this all together. So that's been really exciting for me. Teaming up with the clinic and getting involved with them has been really great. So we're wrapping up. We're getting really close, and we're ready to kick that off.
Is it true that Christy Roby Williams will be leading a Zumba class during the health fair?
I'm not sure on that one, but do you know?
I have not heard that.
Yeah, that's just me making a joke, because Christy's my friend, and she'll probably see this and say that I'm ridiculous. And I look at Anna, she was like, I don't know, maybe she is going to do a Zumba class.
I would do that if Christy would do that. I would join that.
Is it also true that Angie Johnson is going to be juggling fire at this event?
That I can say she's not doing.
All right.
She's not doing that.
It's awkward for them because that's the boss lady.
That is the boss.
And maybe Angie can juggle. We shouldn't assume that she cannot.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's what the health fair has been missing, is somebody juggling fire.
Absolutely.
And
she can do
Zumba.
it in the entryway.
That's right. All right. It's all hands on deck for this event. I can't say enough about it. It's nice to have been to the health fair several times personally over the years, and to watch it really evolve and know that it's all about showcasing everything that not only Unity Point Health can do, but also bringing in members of the community to highlight in Sunnybrook and Rebuilding Together Muscatine County. Just a few. Who else did you say was going to be there?
The YMCA is going to be there for our little kiddos in the community, as well as Munster Public.
Munster Public Library is fantastic, right? They're the best. We just had Betty Collins on Monday, and I can't say enough about how much I love that place. So 1518 Mulberry at the hospital. You can see it right there. Very nice looking save the date. This is going to be good. It's coming up quick, though, right? This is not something that is that far away anymore. Sometimes we talk about events, and it seems like they're never going to be here. But October 5th is coming up real quick. And, yes, you do have times, very limited space for additional vendors. But if you want to be there and get in front of a lot of folks, and I'll just say this, don't show up and be surprised if it's crowded, because it will be. Right,
will
Kim?
be.
Like, people shouldn't be like, oh my gosh, it's packed. Like, you should know. I'm telling you right now that it's going to have a very good turnout. And I think it's great that it's on a Saturday, and I'm looking forward to being there personally and saying hi to everybody, getting that new pop socket. I always use a new toothbrush, right? You guys have the best trinkets. I have so many chip clip things, from all the. Not that I have hoarded stuff, And I'm not saying that, but some pens, you know.
They're all useful.
Yeah, they are very useful. Kim is justifying the fact that I'm just squirreling away all the Unity Point and just walk in and just take stuff and put it right in my pocket. It's for everybody in Muscatine County, right? So keep that in mind as well. It's not just a Muscatine only thing. You serve the county, and it's great to have this event. And I know that it takes a lot of work, right? There's a lot of logistics and planning and work that goes on that people don't know about. I mean, you just talked about committees meeting and getting people excited, and I can appreciate that because I've seen this thing really grow. And at this point, again, folks, if you're watching, be there between 9 and noon on Saturday, October 5th. It'll be a good time. Do we need to mention anything else? Did we cover everything?
I think we covered everything for now.
Is there going to be another large event in November?
Off the top of my head.
What do you think about frozen turkey bowling in the lobby of the hospital?
You know, I could get behind that.
Yeah, I like that Anna never says no.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not the word. I've done frozen turkey bowling several times in my life, and I'm not saying it makes sense for the hospital to do it. But listen, the ladies aren't saying no either. So yeah, you never know what could happen. Stay tuned, as they say. All right, yeah, it's going to be awesome. You know, of course, Unity Point Health on social media, between, you know, the public health Facebook stuff, the hospital page, websites. There's a map right there, right? I mean, what else do you need? 1518 Mulberry, and just show up on October 5th. It'll be a good time. That is for sure. Thank you both for being here. I appreciate it. This is going to be a good time. If you need anything in between now and then, don't hesitate. Let me know.
Right,
and we'll look forward to seeing everybody. And I'll be excited to bid on some silent auction stuff. Will you let me know as you start to see what's going to be in silent auction baskets, maybe?
Yep.
You give me a heads up?
I'll start sending that information over to you.
And we can relay that as well. But what's good to know is that these folks at Unity Point Health work hard every single day for you. And that's what they're doing, right? They're trying to serve the overall being in a variety of ways. And it's nice we've touched on a lot of topics this week. Yesterday we had Scott Dahlke with MCSA here talking about the Robert Young peer drop-in and the things we're doing for mental health in town, and then we had Betty Collins at the library on Monday. So it's nice to know that there's a lot of people working every day to make a difference in this community. Thank you both. Anna, great to see you again.
Nice to see you,
Kim,
too.
thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
Pleasure. October 5th, 9 till noon. You should be there. It'll be a lot of fun right here in Muscatine at the, I would like to know, is it the 10th, 11th, 12th, 15th? We should try and find that out. Because I think it's been going on a long time, right? And if it's the 10th anniversary, there better be cake for
That's
the people.
a great idea. We all love cake.
Yeah, Angie and Christy, big cake from Hy-Vee. We could just lie and say it's the 10th anniversary or the 15th. You could just have a cake if it's the 9th anniversary. You know what I mean? It's always a good time.
There's no excuse to need a cake.
And I'm not saying we'll donate it either, so let's not put words in Tony's mouth. All right, we're going to go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle camera, and we'll let the ladies go to work, I guess. Sorry. And we're looking in the floral shop. You just saw Jean in the background working hard. Of course, nice American flags in there as well. If you find yourself needing flowers for any occasion, I like that we have the Just Because bouquet. Just Because makes sense. And, you know, the thing is, when I look at the Just Because bouquets, I try to go between the $10 and $25 range because I think that makes sense and it's a nice gesture. So go to Floral if you need anything. Oftentimes what I do is I just sort of point to a bouquet. I'm like a caveman. I'm like, that one, make it awesome, please. And then they do it, and it's really great. So they can do the exact same thing for you. All right, so now, if I'm not mistaken, is Steve going to try and take the Toyota Muscatine cart camera outside the store because I was excited to see pumpkins are out there. So, yeah, this is cool. So here goes Steve, Toyota Muscatine cart camera, going towards the exit by Hy-Vee Floral. And out front, there are the mums and some pumpkins. So if you're thinking to yourself, it's only the 11th of September, I don't know if I want a pumpkin, start practicing carving, right? That's all I can tell you. Hey, there's Mike walking in. Or no, Bob, not Bob. Jeez, don't tell him I called him by the wrong name. That was Bob. All right, let's see if we're going to be able to make it outside. Here comes left turn. And then right around that pillar, you can start to see some of the mums. Oh, my gosh, it's so bright out. It's a solar eclipse, everybody. It's a total eclipse of the heart. And then Steve's going to hang a Roscoe. It always makes me nervous when you see vehicles and then understand that there's a camera mounted. And then there's a sink. Where'd that sink come from? What was that all about? That was kind of random. All right, so there's the front of the store. And you can see some mums and some pumpkins. Everything is glowing. Everybody feels really good about that. And that car is frozen in time. It's not moving. I don't know. There's a glitch in the matrix, everybody. It's all right. We're just going to sit here and wait to see if we can. Maybe, Steve, if you can hear me, this is a better idea. If you can hear me, Steve, why don't you grab a pumpkin and bring it inside, and we can show it off. You guys can go if you want to. It's up to you. You can go or you can watch me fill time talking about pumpkins and stuff. All right, so Steve, if you can hear me, let's bring a pumpkin inside, and we'll show everybody these pumpkins. They look good. They're only $5.99, which is a nice price, right? And get yourself a pumpkin and start carving, because Halloween is coming up, right? Good job, ladies. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You did marvelous. Easy, right? Easy breezy. Get yourself a Starbucks. Put it on Angie's tab. Good, thank you. All right, if you're watching, it is the middle of the week. It's Wednesday here in the store. Real quick, whoa, knock over a microphone. Too much espresso. Real quick, Wellness Wednesday, 10% off in the health market. Love it. You love saving money on the health market. Health and beauty care items, organic produce. It's a fantastic opportunity each and every Wellness Wednesday here in the store. I take advantage of Wellness Wednesday all the time, and I hope that you'll do the same. You really should. It's nice to have that. All right, so tomorrow, Thursday, the 12th of September, we are doing some hiring here at the store, and this is kind of exciting. So it's a little bit of a short notice, but the good news is we're looking to hire 30 people tomorrow. Between 11 and 3, excuse me, taking a sip of that delicious Starbucks. So this is the plan, right? You show up, open interviews. We're going to get 30 people hired tomorrow, all right? You can see some of the openings that are available. A lot of different departments throughout the store. No appointment necessary, as it says. You just show up, and you could potentially leave with a job here at Hy-Vee. It's awesome. So we were talking about this yesterday, and here we go. This is on Thursday, September 12th, 11 a.m. till 3 p.m., looking to hire 30 folks here at the store, and it's a great opportunity to work for a great company. My gosh. I mean, I've been here coming up on 2 years. It'll be 2 years in December, and to have an opportunity to bring that many people into the fold is wonderful. So if you saw that, and if it's not you, if it's someone you know that's looking for a job, whether it's, most of those are part-time opportunities, even if you're a retired person that's looking for additional income, there's a place for you, I promise, here in the store. That's a good-looking pumpkin right there, Steve. Now, I'm not going to try and pull a Joel Krausar where I picked I picked the pumpkin up by the stem. It didn't break, though. So check this out. This looks good, right? These are $5.99. Just arrived. Little pumpy can. You could use it as a drum right out in front of the store. And it's never too early. Maybe what you do is you buy a couple of these pumpkins and you just set them out in front of your house, and they're decorative. Like, I like how it looks outside with the pumpkins and the mums. I actually took a couple pictures as I was walking in today. And Chad, I might just airdrop you one of these because it's a good look for your home. You got the front porch, you pop a mum and a pumpkin on there, and all of a sudden it looks fantastic, right? And I'm not any type of, I don't really have a green thumb per se, but look at how good that would look, right? The mums are big, pumpkins pretty good size, and for $5.99, you can't really beat it, right? The only concern that I have is, if I bought pumpkins, my kids want to carve them. And again, I'm not here to tell you that it's too early to carve a pumpkin, but I would just think this would look good on the front porch, right? Look at that. It's nice. It's a nice looking pumpkin right there. Good looking pumpkin. Yep. $5.99. Good price too, right? Right out in front. I mean, it's super easy to get yourself a pumpkin and get on the road. And those mums look awesome. I told you I bought a mum for my mom, and I was really impressed. It's very full. You just have to water it, right? I mean, mums are pretty easy. You just give it a little bit of water, and it's good to go, right? You really don't have to worry about paying too much attention to the mums. They're kind of Tony-proof if you'll have it. All right, what else do I want to mention to you? We've got the new ad that starts today that you found inside the Discover Muscatine newspaper. So look for that paper. It probably hit your mailbox, and then grab this ad and check it out. So calling out some of our fuel saver deals. This is great. If you do the math, and we can do this right now sitting here, just across that top row, if you bought everything, you would save 35 cents, 45 cents if you picked up this ham salad, another 15 cents between the soups, Prairie Farm dips. Anybody going to be watching college football on Saturday at 3 o'clock, Iowa State? You think so? What do you need? French onion dip and a bag of chips. You're all set, ready to go. What about Hy-Vee Chinese 2-entree meal? 25-cent fuel saver. That is a no-brainer. At that price and that fuel saver, it's fantastic, right? The Freeze vodka. I haven't tried it yet. I've heard it's good. $10.99, 10-cent fuel saver, and then, of course, seedless watermelon, sliced seedless watermelon. Try and say that 3 times fast. Holy Toledo. 3-cent fuel saver on that in the produce department. They'll get you all taken care of. And then, yeah, if you get this in your mailbox, and you see the date, starts today, goes through next Tuesday. And then if you scroll down, it's got the manager special at the gas station, the flu shop below that, and then you turn it over. This is kind of like we're showing you what you would be doing with it if you got it at home. And then check this out, $5.99 burgers and fries. Holy moly. That's an awesome deal. Love that. 4 p.m. till close, all burgers and fries, $5.99. Regular price of those burgers, $8 to $9. So that is cheap, y'all. Hand-patted burger, ready to go, hand-cut fries, each and every burger on the menu. So if you're the kind of person, you want the mac and cheese burger, that's $5.99, and we'll get you taken care of. Starts at 4 p.m., dine-in only here at the store. So grab a burger and check it out. And then, yes, like I was saying, this is perfect. So Iowa State, Saturday, watch party here in the Market Grill Express. Kickoff 3 p.m. Iowa traveling to Ames to take on Iowa State. $10 all-you-can-eat appetizer bar. Half-price draft beer. And $3 mixed drinks. If you see it, you can see that we'll have the appetizer bar ready at 2:30. It'll go until 6 o'clock, and you'll be ready to roll. I'll tell you this: if I wasn't going to be in Wilton DJing a wedding, I would be sitting right here watching that Iowa State game, because that all-you-can-eat appetizer bar is legit. So check that out and watch Iowa State. The last thing on that insert is if you need shirts or hats or hoodies, right? That's on the bottom of that. So still a great deal. I mean, $10 each for a shirt, but why not get 3 of them for $22? I mean, show me a cheaper Iowa or Iowa State shirt or 3 shirts. I mean, for less than 20. I mean, sometimes you look at these collegiate shirts and they're $25 for one shirt. You're getting 3 of them for $22. That's a great deal. The crew fleece sweatshirt's also nice. You know, we're having an interesting week weather-wise. Like, it's going to get really hot, and then by Friday and Saturday, it drops back into the mid-70s. So get a hooded sweatshirt, get the crew sweatshirt, and be ready, because I don't know how much longer we're going to see temps above, 75 degrees after the next couple of days and into the weekend. I mean, September can sometimes be a little bit warm, and we're getting that, but it would seem that maybe October will start to cool off a little bit. I'm not a meteorologist, so don't take my word for it, certainly. I don't get paid to forecast the weather, but that's a look at the forecast, right? So 89 today, geez Louise, 87 tomorrow, and then 74 on Friday, right? Just a little bit of a swing. Look at the low Friday night, 57 degrees, 80 on Saturday, 86 Sunday, 88 degrees on Monday. So we're still going to be warm next week. Is that right? Wow. 88 Monday. Yeah. What's the rest of next week look like? 86, 85, 80, 75. All right. So it's kind of like we're riding the roller coaster of temps and different weather to see. So that's what's you love about Iowa, though, right? I mean, the forecast changes all the time. You really never know what to expect, that's for sure. Something that I forgot to mention Monday. How dare I? This is a wine and spirits wine flyer. I love this. So Kayleen, who runs the show at Wine and Spirits, wanted to put this together for you. She knows at Wine and Spirits she's got the biggest and best selection of wine in Muscatine County. Don't forget, when you buy 6 bottles or more, you save 10% off. Doesn't matter if they're all 6 the same type of wine. So that's an awesome deal every day. These deals good through Sunday from Ravage, Cabernet, Sauvignon, or Dark Red. Barefoot Wine is in there. Of course, Arden Creek. Arden Creek's new release, Wings, which is their rosé, right? Tried that last Friday for the first time at Arden Creek. You can see Woodbridge wines, Apothic Red, Rosé, Dark Brew, or Inferno. And then just a couple more options, great prices, big selection. Love it, right? I mean, you talk about having something for everybody at Wine and Spirits. Holy moly, literally. They have, I mean, you could have the most obscure palate for wine, and they've got it, right? And a ton of locally made, I'm big on local, and Arden Creek being one of them, Buchanan Farms. There's a lot of wine made in Iowa and Illinois that is available at our Wine and Spirits. So grab one of these flyers, check it out, and buy 6 bottles to save 10% off. I mean, I'm not saying you need 6 bottles of wine, but if you're going to buy, like the other day, there was a very nice lady. She had 5 bottles of wine. I said, ma'am, you get one more. It's going to save you 10%. She was like, oh. So I ran over to Wine and Spirits, grabbed another bottle of wine for her, and she saved 10%. So, again, whether you're going to drink them all in one sitting, probably not. Drink responsibly. But to save 10%, you might as well take advantage of that and hang on to the bottles, right? You could gift them. Maybe it's a gift for yourself. To me, from me. Thank you, self. Such a nice person. All right. I think I've mentioned everything that I want to cover today. I didn't know. We kind of had the job board on Monday, and I think we're maybe supposed to use the same ones that they had sent us. So we'll do that. It is Wednesday, after all. Our friends at Team Staffing looking to get you to work, right? They have opportunities right now at this very moment. We're sitting here. It's 10 after 9 on Wednesday. What if it's you that needs that job? Are there jobs to pick pumpkins? Does Team Staffing have any jobs right now where they're looking for people to pick pumpkins and bring them to places like Hy-Vee? I don't know. But what I do know is that they have over 100 jobs available at Team Staffing right on Lake Park Boulevard, and they can get you taken care of. You can walk in and get a job, right? That's what I love about it. You talk about walking into a place like Hy-Vee getting the flu shot. At Team Staffing, people are walking in and getting JOBs. So the whole crew over there from, Brooke to Katie and everybody there, they do a great job. So this is TSI Enterprises, which is part of the Team Staffing family, of course. They've got opportunities with $20 an hour or more. Holy smokes. Get a hold of Katie. Katie, or Charity, usually handles the TSI hiring, and they will totally hook you up. That's awesome. There's Katie right there, right? Good timing. TSI Enterprises, that's Katie. You can call her. You can text her. She's got some getting choked up. Process operator, maintenance, lab technician, 563-316-9254 is her phone number. Call or text that for more information. You can walk over while they're open, of course, business hours. Don't go there after like 8 p.m. They're not open. But see them if you need a JOB or someone you know does. And then last but not least, this is Mary. I saw Mary in the store Monday night. She's got opportunity for receptionist, $12 an hour, first shift, 563-316-7634, or careers at teamssi.com. Just looking back on some Facebook comments, Shannon, I missed this one, said there should be cake anyway in regards to the Unity Point Health Community Health Fair, October 5th. Yeah, you know what, Shannon? Anytime is a good time for cake. And, I mean, if it were me, I would just call the store and I would say, hey, can we get some cake for our health fair? Speaking of people calling the store, yesterday took a phone call from Officer Halpane and Chief Kinmouth, West Liberty Police Department. They are part of, and I'm going to get this wrong and I apologize, there is I believe it's a disabled veterans golf outing tomorrow, Thursday, scheduled in West Liberty. And I'm assuming it's at the West Liberty Country Club, if that's what it's called. Again, I'm really not trying to. I just thought of this off the top of my head. So long story short, Officer Hal Payne and Police Chief Kerry Kinmuth, both who've been on the show, looking to get some cinnamon rolls and put them in touch with the bakery, and they're going to pick up a bunch of those for that event tomorrow. Of course, here at the store, it's September 11th. We're thinking about folks that lost their lives and those firefighters and paramedics that ran into, the World Trade buildings during that time. And, you talk about your West Liberty Police Department. There's a lot of veterans there, including Chief Kinmuth. So they're helping out with that golf event tomorrow. And it was great to talk to him. And I feel like, I'm always ready to have Chief Kinmuth back on the show. He's one of my favorite guests. Does an excellent job in West Liberty. And just know that that's going on. What else is happening today? So it's Wednesday, September 11th. Kids get out of school early today. Did you hear that? They're letting kids out of school early once a month. Is that the story? I don't know. I got the voicemail from the school. Did I listen to it? No. And then my wife said they're having early dismissal once a month, which is cool, I guess, So just paying attention. Kids get out early today. I would hate for someone to be surprised if that was happening. Right, and I know it can be tough to get kids to and from school. I understand that. We're experiencing that this year with my schedule and my wife's schedule, and you have your friends and family help out when they can. But just know that there is indeed an early dismissal today on the 11th. It's also homecoming week. That's where I was going to go as well. So homecoming week at Muscatine High School. You guys come in? People come into this doorway, and they don't think they can come in. They see the lights and the cameras, and they get scared. Come on in. Look at me. I'm non-threatening. Maybe need a haircut, but other than that, pretty non-threatening. So it's homecoming week for Muscatine. Big Friday night football game against Iowa City High. You have a chance to make $10,000 kicking 3 field goals during halftime. We'll have the Market Grill Express kick for cash. Looking forward to that. Took my 4-year-old to school today. As I was leaving, there were members of the Muskie Palm squad coming in, so they must be going to different schools, doing some cheering or dancing, and getting ready for a big week for sure. And you can kind of see the schedule on your screen, right? Looking at Thursday, homecoming parade, 6 o'clock. So does that mean that the parade starts at 5 or 6? That's interesting. I don't know. But here's what I do know. Is that the parade goes from Grant Elementary School down Mulberry, and then it hangs a Louie right into the high school. And for us, we're just going to walk, right? 5? Okay, perfect. So the parade must start at 5, or I can't remember. I've been in the parade. I walked last year. I think I'm just going to watch it this year. Not to be lazy, but we live so close now, put the kids in the wagon. I think my wife and my oldest son are going to walk in the parade, but I'll take the 2 youngest ones and just check that out. So don't be caught off guard, right? Parade is something that's coming up. People looking forward to that. It'll be a good time. Melody says Wapello School does that too. Is that in reference to the once a month early dismissal? Let me know. I didn't know that. Is that something new? I'm not sure, but Melody, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I don't assume to know everything that's going on, but I was surprised that the kids are getting out once a month. Unless it's for, like, staff development, then I understand, these educators are always learning and going to conferences and stuff, and that's awesome. Because the last thing you want to assume is because the kids get out early, the teachers are like, woot, we're out early. Usually they're not. They're still there doing stuff. Okay, so homecoming week, a lot of events, activities going on, football game Friday, dance on Saturday, I'm assuming, for Muscatine High School. And I think L&M also has homecoming this week, too, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I saw a picture on the Louisa Community School Facebook page with their homecoming court, maybe. So it's great, right? It's a good time of the year. All we need is the weather to cooperate when you talk about a homecoming parade, football games, and you just want people to be able to come out and not have to worry about rain or anything like that. So, yeah, we'll see if we can't get you more info. I'll look into the L&M thing. I do think that theirs is going on. I will mention that. All right, I'm looking at my list. I feel like I've covered everything. I want to circle back to the job fair tomorrow, hiring 30 people. That's the plan here at the store. If it's you or someone you know looking for an opportunity, we're looking to get 30 people hired and started immediately. A lot of part-time openings from the kitchen to the meat department, Italian department, wine and spirits, bakery, 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. It's open interviews. Come in and get a job tomorrow right here at Hy-Vee, 2400 2nd Avenue. And, of course, Hy-Vee is an equal opportunity employer. Melody says yes. So Wapello School is also doing a once-a-month early dismissal. Thank you, Melody. I did not know that. I appreciate you sharing that info. Again, I don't know everything, so you guys keep me updated. It's quite nice. All right. So, yeah, the job fair is tomorrow. I want to say thanks again to Anna Mason-Garb with Unity Point Health, the community relations coordinator. Anna Mason-Garb was here with Kim Dayton on Saturday, October 5th at Unity Point Health, 1518 Mulberry Avenue at the hospital. They're having their annual community health fair, 9 a.m. till noon. Totally free to show up. A lot of great information, some tchotchkes if you're like me and you love a pop socket or a toothbrush. They do a great job with everybody at Unity Point Health and Trinity Muscatine. So the health fair is one of those things I hope you put into your calendar. You stop by on October 5th from 9 a.m. till noon and say hi to everybody that's there, including some vendors like Sunnybrook will be there, and Rebuilding Together Muscatine County, Muscatine Community Y, and the Musser Public Library. And if you're looking to get your organization at the health fair in front of a lot of people, you should reach out to Anna Mason-Garb immediately, because she said space is limited, right? You heard her say it this morning, and I encourage you to be there because it's a great opportunity. And then, yeah, of course, we're sitting here on September 11th, and at the start of the show, I shared the story of where I was 18 years ago. Holy moly, I can't believe it. So I was 18 years old 18 years ago, right? I just turned 36, and I was a senior in high school. And, yeah, I mean, I one of the things I was going to say that I had written down, and I mentioned that my dad was a Chicago police officer at the time. And I remember thinking, because, we're in Chicago suburbs, Oak Park, where I grew up, is 8 miles west of downtown. You could see the Sears Tower, right? So we thought for sure, right, if New York was a target, Chicago would be as well, and maybe like a Los Angeles. And thank God it didn't happen. But I remember talking to my dad, and it was like a panic, He was going from his police precinct on the west side of Chicago. They pretty much called everybody into downtown, and if I'm remembering correctly, I think they almost, I don't want to say barricaded, but surrounded the Sears Tower and maybe the Hancock Building, because they didn't know what was going to happen. So, and there were so many police and firefighters that were in New York City when those planes hit, and their instinct was to run to help, right? And I don't have that instinct. That's why I'm not a police or firefighter. But I can certainly have respect for people that did that and lost their lives trying to save others. And there's so many unbelievable stories that came out of September 11th and the efforts and people being pulled from the rubble over the next couple of days. And it's very, very heroic acts took place, no doubt, right? And, but it was just such a numbing experience. I was in high school when Columbine happened in Colorado, and for September 11th. And at that age, you really don't know what to do. It's hard to process at any age, but when you reflect back on it, you just hope that, as a world, we can hope that stuff like that doesn't happen again, right? I mean, that was tough, but we definitely came together as a nation, that is for sure. So that was 18 years ago today. And New York, certainly one of those cities that is tough and has come back in a big way, right? People from New York, East Coast, very prideful people, as they should be. It's a terrible thing to have had gone through, but they did come back in a big way. And, so maybe you'll think about that today. And as I mentioned, coming up, what is it right now? It's 9:22. Coming up at 11:30, I'll be heading to the Muscatine Fire Department and the Police Department. And again, it's not about Hy-Vee. This is the folks at the Chapel of Praise Church that have brought lunch to the fire department and the police department for years. I'll get the total years today. I don't know how many years, but it's a long time they've been doing this. Hy-Vee gives a little bit of chicken, but it's all about these folks that have made that effort to recognize and to feed the police and firefighters. So I'm happy to do it with them and to thank, as I always do. I mean, you can thank a police officer or a firefighter 365 days a year. But if it takes the anniversary of September 11th to maybe put that more top of mind for you, whatever it takes, right? You pick up a phone, you're calling 911. It's somebody on the other line that's going to show up and help you out. So to be able to be at the police station and the fire department today, I don't take that for granted, and we appreciate the efforts of all those men and women in, across the state of Iowa and certainly across the country. But locally, we'll be at the Muscatine Fire Department and Muscatine Police Department. So just keep that in mind today, and I'll probably have some pictures tomorrow on the show from the delivery. Last year, I remember taking a video in the fire, and that was the first time I'd been kind of upstairs in the fire department, where they kind of have the living quarters. It probably has an official name. Again, I don't know. I don't know what it was. And again, it's just nice to go in the front door of the police station anytime I can do that. And it's like, hey, we got food, so I don't need the bracelets. Look, I'm good. I got food, guys. Let me in the front door. And I'll get to see some of my friends down there and say hi to them, and it'll be great to see them. All right, thank you for watching Hy-Vee today. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to Toyota of Muscatine and team staffing. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow on Thursday, and 2 more shows this week. Thursday, Friday, looking forward to it. Hey, Friday the 13th. I don't know if you're superstitious. I'm not really. But I also will not try to walk under a ladder on Friday, and I will avoid a black cat. I try to avoid cats in general. I try not to see color with cats. I'm just not a fan of all cats. I'm just going to say it. I'm allergic. They're not for me. The Humane Society has an abundance, a plethora. They have a lot of cats. If you love cats, God bless. You're marvelous. They're just not for me. So I guess I am superstitious of all cats. So, and God forbid there was ever a group of cats on a ladder, I don't know what I would do. I would break a mirror. I would be so freaked out. You know what I try to do on Friday the 13th? I try to buy a lottery ticket. Because that would be the ultimate way to say, take that, superstitions. I'm going to win the lottery on September 13th, Friday the 13th. And here at the store, we've got a really good sale, and maybe we'll talk more about that tomorrow. All right, for now, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. Thanks to our guests again for being here. How about Brian Lee tuning in right now? B. Lee in the house. Brian Lee, Geneva Golf and Country Club, getting him on the show. He's very busy. A very busy guy. Got a big event coming up on the 28th of Muscatine Charities with a stand-up comedian. That's going to be a lot of fun. B. Lee in the house. My wife also watching, and Caleb Hopkins. So thanks to Anna Mason Garb and Kim Dayton with the Hospital Health Fair, October 5th, 9 till noon. Come see us here at the store. We've got pumpkins and spice and everything nice. You like that? That's a little cheesy. We've got cheese as well if you need it. So come see us. We'll get you taken care of. And have a great rest of your day, everybody. We're out. Take care. Hello, friends. Hi. Go Cubs.
Watching Hy-Vee today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting rabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.